Hello there people. Today I'm going to put a couple of holes through the baffles on the Kawasaki Vulcan Classic. It's a 1700. I've previously done holes through the back two baffles, and that gained me 5 decibels louder. It went from 80 to 85. I've never done this sort of stuff before, so it's a bit experimental for me. I don't know if you can see, but I've already removed the bolt from here and from down in here. I'm just about to pull this muffler off, and then I'll give you a look inside to show you what I've done and what I'm going to do, and then I'll put them back on and see if it makes any difference. Hopefully it will. See what happens. Alright, I don't know if I can sit this somewhere or that'll do. Alright, we'll give it a yank and see what happens. Alright, it's out. Okay. Like I said, I'll try and show you what I've done. I don't know if you're going to be able to see down in here or not. See if we can get a bit of sun down there. Oh no, you're not going to be able to see. Anyway, there's some holes knocked in these back two baffles here, and I don't know, you might be able to see this one. No, there's another baffle down in this side here. I'm going to use a sharp bit of Rio rod and knock another hole in this side. Apparently the catalytic converter is just behind that, and I'm not going to try and go through that. But alright, I might stop this and I'll do some work, and then I'll see what happens. I'll get back to you in a sec. Alright, so I've got both mufflers off the bike now, and I'll just show you what's left under here. I'd love to give that a start up and have a listen, but I don't know if it'd damage something, so I won't. Alright, now this is the bottom one, and yep, you're not going to be able to see. I give up. Alright, I'm going to go and smash some holes in these back baffles. If you ever have a look down inside your exhaust, you'll see what I mean. You look down the middle and there'll be like flat plate. So I'll show you what I'm going to use in a sec. And yeah, just do some reading about baffles and stuff like that on you know, Google it and stuff, and look it up on YouTube. I'm sorry, I'm not much of a movie maker, but yeah, I'll show you in a sec what I use, and good luck. Alright, now this is what I got. I have a hammer and one very sharp bit of Rio rod, which was sharpened just on a bench grinder, and it really does do the trick. When you smack through, apparently I think if your rod is too blunt, you can actually bend over the baffles, and I have been told that can cause a rattle inside your exhaust, which would be a painful thing. I didn't have any problem because that rod's super sharp and it went straight through like that. It's really soft metal. Yeah, alright. Time to do some smacking, and then I'll probably show you the video of it starting and running and all that sort of stuff. Okay, I'm back. I did stuff. It is probably about the same amount of decibels as what it was before, but when you give it a rev, it's got a nicer throaty sound. Now I'll just go over what I've done to get the exhaust off and to put it back on. It was really easy. It only took me about half an hour to get them off and on, and to put the holes through the baffles. So okay, now there's a bolt here, there is a bolt here which loosens off the what do you call it, shroud thing. There's a bolt here, so this one and this one here actually loosens that muffler. This one loosens the shroud off of the muffler, so then that just pulls off. Now the bottom one, underneath, 2 bolts here and here, that loosens the bottom muffler off, and the shroud here has a bolt here. You just loosen that off a bit and that bottom one pulls out. Now the baffles, there's one about here, I put a hole through there. There's one about here, I put a hole through there. Then you have your catalytic converter, and then the last baffle is up here, which is where you pull it off and you poke your rod through the other end of the muffler. And the same with the bottom one. There's a baffle probably about here, one about here, then you've got your catalytic converter, and then another baffle, same thing, smack a hole through that other end. Alright, I'll start it up, give you a listen, and you can decide for yourself whether you want to do it or not. Yeah, now that's definitely throatier even on idle than it is stock. It's got a much deeper sound. I'll put it up a bit closer. I'll give it a couple of revs. Beautiful. Now, and from what I've been told too, doing this mod to your exhaust, you don't need to go and get a fuel computer, because you are using your the same header pipes that come out, which are quite narrow. From what I know, like, I'm no expert. If you go and change that, then you definitely need to go and get a fuel management computer. And what we've done by putting holes in the baffles, the holes are fairly small anyway, and you still have back pressure, and there's no drama with running lean. Well, it doesn't appear to be anyway. The bike runs awesome. All right. Good luck, and if you want to do it. It's easy. Yeah, just make sure your rod's nice and sharp. See you, fellas.